Can people learn about their past lives? Can an average person travel back in time? Can the history of your soul determine who you are today? And how can hypnosis help you answer some of these questions? Hi, I'm Abita Amrut. I'm the host today for the Mind Based Solutions podcast. I'm here with the distinguished psychologist and hypnotherapist Dr. Navya Pandey, who can help us answer all these questions. Dr. Navya is a counseling psychologist, psychotherapist, and academician with over 12 years of experience in teaching and training young psychologists. She has served as an assistant professor at Christ University, Amity University. Along with her academic career, she's worked extensively as a counselor, practicing various therapeutic modalities like CBT, REBT, mindfulness, and hypnotherapy. Beyond practice and teaching, Dr. Pandey has been engaged in AI driven mental health innovation and assisting entrepreneurs to develop and improve their AI driven mental health products as well. She currently works with Mind Based Solutions as a psychology expert and hypnotherapist, where she has contributed to adapting and developing products for Indian contexts. As a trainer and executive committee member of California Hypnosis Institute USA, she continues to advance hypnotherapy training and practice globally. Welcome, Dr. Navya.
Thank you so much, Avita.
Dr. Navya, Mind Based Solutions is leveraging technology to make hypnosis a lot more accessible. Can you tell me a little bit more of how are you doing this?
At mindbasedsolutions.in, we make hypnosis video products that help people resolve their personal issues without relying on drugs. Our products use our special 3D immersion hypnosis system that works with inexpensive VR headset to put people in trance. And for example, we have a product that addresses the anxiety that people may have while going to a dentist. We have another product that helps students maintain focus, improve their focus while the exams are going on. And then we have other products to improve and regulate sleep, to give you a more deeper, relaxing sleep.
This sounds really interesting, and I think all of these features are very intriguing to me. And today, I think you want to speak about a new product of yours, which is past life regression. Tell me more about that.
Yes. Okay, so today we are talking about a past life regression product. It uses our 3D immersion technology. It requires a VR headset, and the person is put into trance, and the person can experience some of their previous past lives.
So, you're actually saying with a VR headset, individuals like an average individual like me is able to experience our past life. That's fascinating. Can you tell me a little bit more of how does this product really work?
Yeah, so this product, as I told before, is a 3D video,
Okay.
and that is played on a special app called Vendor Media. You can easily download it freely from Google Play Store. The app runs on both iPhones and Android phones, and you should view the product in a mobile VR headset, ideally, in a comfortable, quiet place. This particular video runs for about an hour. So, this product is specifically designed to help people explore their past lifetimes. This will be done using a self hypnosis script or a guided meditation kind of script, and the person will be put into trance, and then the person is able to enter the deeper parts of their mind and access those remote memories.
Okay, that's really fascinating, and it's amazing how technology is enabling us to have such deeper experiences, but at the comfort of our home. So, doctor, is this like a virtual reality product itself that you're talking about?
No, this is not a virtual reality product as such, but yes, it uses virtual reality equipment.
Okay.
The virtual reality headset is important because it blocks out all the distractions. And we have seen that it has a higher success rate in inducing trance and also in accessing those memories. So that's why it's not as such a virtual reality product, but uses VR headset. We have a mono version also available, which doesn't require a VR headset. And currently, this video is available in both Hindi and English.
Okay, that's great. It's amazing to know that you've already contextualized to India as well, and with it being available to in Hindi, I think your audience is much wider. That's amazing. Question. Doctor, is how similar is the past life regression video that you're talking about to a sound meditation? Because you have tons of these sound meditation videos available on YouTube, on various apps. So, is it similar to that, or is it completely different?
No, they are different actually. It sounds like they are similar. Even when you listen to them, when you put your earphones on, it sounds like that they are identical, almost identical, but they are not. So, what is the major difference? So, the major difference between a guided meditation and a past life regression video or any self hypnosis video is so basically, there's a difference in the intention. The
Right.
purpose is totally different. So think of it this way: guided meditation is like sitting quietly in a beautiful park, watching the world go by. You're aware, observant, you're peaceful. Past life regression hypnosis specifically is like getting into a specialized car and asking the driver to take you to a specific distant location.
Mm.
It is targeted, it is directive, and it is designed to generate an experience or information, not just general calm. Both can be relaxing, this self hypnosis and guided meditation, but the difference is that one is so guided meditation is driven by observation
Right.
and focusing on presence, while past life hypnosis, it is actually a journey of discovery driven by suggestions.
Okay, that's really interesting to know, and it's amazing how it's so complex, but yet it's very accessible to everyone. I'm curious to know again, Dr. Navya, why would someone want to use this product? Like, what is the purpose, and in what scenario should somebody be using this product?
Yeah, so human beings are curious. We want to know our origins and we want to know our destiny. In the United States, for example, it has been seen that people spend billions of US dollars per year on genetic testing, on some specific kind of services. Obviously, I won't mention specific companies here, but they use your DNA to tell you about your ancestry. And people are very much interested in knowing that, and Americans spend a lot of money on this because they want insight into their own origins. So they learn about their distant ancestors and with similar interest, and then they find out the connection between their interest and their great great grandfather's interests. But our product, I think, is far better. Here in this product, you are actually getting to know about yourself. So people are getting to know about who they were.
And I think in today's time of there's so much uncertainty and there's so much self doubt. So just understanding our origins makes so much of a difference. So I think that's amazing as well. Doctor, how is this product user friendly to a person who has never experienced hypnosis or who has never even experienced therapy before? Is it easy to use?
Yeah, it's very easy to use actually. Our concept of 3D immersion hypnosis products has been under development for 10 years now. And it's really easy to use. You get into a comfortable chair, you start the video on your phone, and you put the phone in the VR headset, and then you put the headset on your head. That's it. And you can just play the video. You can just be in a quiet environment where you're comfortable and just play the video. And as I told you before, we have both English and Hindi versions.
Wow, so it's just with this one headset, I can pretty much travel back into any of my past lives. So that's truly fascinating. Doctor, is it safe for anyone to do it on their own, or should they be doing it under someone's guidance? And what should they be expecting after they do this program of 1 hour?
Yeah, it's It's totally safe to try this on your own. Um, but let's be clear, this is not a substitute for therapy. The main intention here is just to explore the deeper parts of your mind, experience that relaxed state, and perhaps bring back some insight, some information, some memories from potential past lives. So, because this is designed as a self hypnosis product, yes, you can try it on your own independently, no need of any practitioner or external support. We have included very clear instructions,
Okay.
and there are built in suggestions right into the audio to make sure you're guided and safeguarded throughout the process. If you go through the experience and realize you want to dig deeper into your issues, or if you feel like you are having some kind of complex issues or deep rooted emotions creeping in, then you can definitely, I would recommend that you should actually go to a professional therapist, because as I said, this is not equivalent to therapy. This product is designed to quench your curiosity and to explore your past lives.
Okay. And I think the fact that we can do this on our own just with a VR headset is what makes it really accessible to millions of people out there. What is the right mindset that somebody needs to have when they're trying this product? What is the right attitude or the mindset that they need to have?
Okay, so there's no fixed answer to this, but I would recommend definitely that the person should be in a relatively calmer mental state. You know, if they are too much anxious, overwhelmed, then it's not the right time for them to try it. So they should be in a relatively calmer mental state, and they should approach it with genuine curiosity. That's the only requirement. They can focus on a few things in their current life which do not make any sense to them, which are unexplained, and they want to explore it. So, if they have that kind of mental state in which they are curious, calm, then they can definitely try it.
Uh, is there anyone who should not be using this product?
Yeah, that's an important question. So, you should probably refrain from using the video if you don't believe in past lives, or if you don't believe in hypnosis, or if you are highly skeptical, because it's ultimately about your own receptiveness, willingness, and sense of curiosity. If you are highly skeptical, it might not work for you. So, these mind body practices, techniques, or any psychotherapy, they work. They definitely work. But if you are ready to work, then they work for you. So, that is why I would say that if you have a curiosity to know who you were, or if you have a curiosity about hypnosis, then you should try it. Otherwise, probably you should refrain. And more importantly, if you are currently dealing with overwhelming emotions, undergoing a traumatic experience, then I don't think it's the right moment for you to try. If that is happening with you, then I would recommend you should go to a professional therapist first. And so get stable first, then explore.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective, and it's good to know that this is not looking to replace therapy, but it's just an experience which you need to look at it if you're curious to understand about your past lives. So, while you're at the process in that 1 hour, if I experience it and if I'm getting some memories, now how do I know if that is real or if it's my imagination?
Yeah, that's a classic question actually. We get it a lot. To me, personally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it was real or imagination, or even if you think that your conscious mind made up a story. For me, what matters the most is the improvement. So I don't question another human being's subjective, unique experience. For me, that experience matters, and maybe that person can get some, out of the blue information or insights that they can use in their life. So for me, that matters the most. Even if they believe that they imagined everything, or even if they believe that their mind is making stories, it's fine.
Now that we have spoken about who should be using it, what should they experience, can you tell me just a deep dive into what is past life regression all about, right? And what will a person experience when they do it?
So, let me first talk about what is hypnosis. Hypnosis is just a tool. When we use hypnosis for healing, we call it hypnotherapy. You may have seen stage hypnosis, in which, where the purpose is entertainment. But hypnotherapy has a strictly therapeutic purpose. Now, coming back to past life regression. Past life regression, or PLR, is one specific therapeutic approach. In a clinical setting, we use PLR to explore a person's past lives to find the origins of a persistent problem. For example, if they are having phobias or some kind of unexplained pains or any other recurring issues they can't explain, so we use past life regression to explore those issues, to probe and to finally get some insight out of it, which the person can use in their current life, and so that the person can release the tension, whatever negative emotions they are having, and basically to improve their current life. So, this is what we do in a therapeutic room. But let me clarify that this product, as I said earlier, is not equivalent to therapy, and its purpose is more educational and to quench curiosity. We empower the user to get into that deep state of relaxation so that they can tap into their own unconscious mind.
Yeah, I think it's truly empowering when we know more about ourselves beyond our current life. Like if we are able to relate to, hey, why am I being so anxious, or why am I feeling this way all the time? If I'm able to relate it to probably my past life, I think that'll be really insightful and powerful.
Like many people wonder, have I lived before? Why do I feel some strange connection to a new place or a new person? Sometimes they even experience deja vu. So, if you are one of them, if you are having those questions, or if you have ever had such an experience, this product is actually designed for you. This product is perfect for you.
So basically, if you're one of those people who have gone to a place and just felt like it was the first time, but you pretty much knew your way around it, or you met someone and you had an instant connection and you're just curious to understand what's happening, so then this is the product that you should be definitely getting your hands on.
Yeah, so when you enter the deep state, you may very well get some of the answers you're looking for, and it is very much possible that you can access to one of your previous lifetimes.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, I think it blows my mind to know that I can do this right at the comfort of my home. I think it's fascinating. But I also observed that you mentioned various lifetimes. So, do you mean it's not just about our past life, but past lives in plural?
Yes, it's plural. Actually, there's no set number, like how many lifetimes can be there. The idea is that our soul is continually evolving, learning, meaning it could have countless lives. So just think of it like there's a huge novel, and one life is just like one chapter of that novel. That is why, if you use this product multiple times, it can even take you to a different lifetime in every session.
Wow, that's just incredible to know that the fact that, like, all this while I was just thinking about my one past life, but now the fact that I have access to all my past lives is just incredible. Doctor, you're a psychologist and you are very well read, very well studied, so you believe in science. So, how do you believe in reincarnation and past life regression? Because does science speak this language?
Yeah, good question. So, as a psychologist, first of all, I believe in hypnosis. There's a ton of scientific research backing its efficacy as a powerful tool. So, I believe in it. But when you ask if I personally believe in past life regression or the concept of reincarnation, so my focus is always on my client's improvement. I think I said it before. It's very important for me. So it may not have a scientific, utility for me, but it definitely has a therapeutic utility for me. So I'll answer this question in a more pragmatic way. So for me, my client's improvement matters, and doesn't matter I believe in it personally or not. I am seeing it. I'm seeing people going into a very deep transformative state of mind. It's really beautiful to, you know be present there, and they are finding answers to the questions they have been looking for maybe decades. So that's what matters for me, that improvement which we see in them after the session, and those beautiful insights which their own unconscious mind gives them. While I can't scientifically prove the historical reality of those past lives, and that's not the aim of the product either.
Hmm.
So maybe we cannot prove it scientifically,
Right.
but again, it's a direct, subjective, unique experience which is improving the person. So even if a person comes to me and says, I painted my nails in blue color and my anxiety got cured, so it's still an improvement for me, and it's still a therapy. It's You may call it placebo, but it's still working as a therapy. So that is why I don't question improvement. And maybe currently we do not have, those kind of methods which we can use to scientifically look at it or prove it, but with technology. So for example, with this product, we are harnessing the power of technology, and there, with this product and with other similar products, we can actually, maybe in future, we can actually get more objective data.
Yeah, and I think it's all about if it's creating an impact, if it's helping someone with whatever they're facing, I think that's what matters more than it being scientific or not.
Yeah,
That's true.
correct.
A lot of them would have not explored about past life regression or anything to do with hypnosis because there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding it. So, would you like to clear some of these for the audience?
Yes, so you're right. There are a lot of myths surrounding hypnosis and past life regression. So let me just talk about three top myths. Myth number one is obviously losing control to a hypnotist. Many people fear that if I go under trance, then the hypnotist can make me do things which I don't want to do. They might have seen people dancing like a monkey on the stage, so they might get afraid. But let me just clarify. As I said before, hypnosis is just a tool. There in the stage hypnosis, the hypnotist is using it for entertainment purpose, and the persons, the volunteers, are willing. Only the willing volunteers do it there also. In therapeutic hypnosis and in this self hypnosis product, we are following the therapeutic principles. Even if it is not equivalent to therapy, we are following those principles. So your agency of self is intact, your will is there, you have complete control over the process. If a suggestion even goes against your values or your wishes, your mind will simply reject it, it will not
Right.
accept. Furthermore, as I said before, there are built in safeguards. At any point, if you feel uncomfortable or due to whatever reasons, if you have to stop the session in between, so it's as simple as you have to just take a deep breath and gently open your eyes. No problem in that. So obviously, this is a complete myth that I will lose control. Coming to myth number two, it's about getting stuck in trance. Many people are afraid. Oh, what if I get stuck in hypnosis, hypnotic trance? What if I get stuck in past life? When we are talking about past life regression specifically. So, this is also a very common myth and a common fear, which I would like to clarify. So, again, nothing like that is going to happen,
Right.
because hypnosis is basically, it's a state of relaxed attention. It's a state in which your mind and body are completely relaxed, yet they are very focused on one particular issue, whatever that hypnosis session is meant for. It's like when we are talking about the states of consciousness, it's like you are then and there, back then, wherever you are in your mental screen, whatever you're experiencing, you're there. So you are then and there, but you are also present in the here and now. So it's a state which is in between these two. It's you can think about just sleeping.
Hmm.
So you sleep every night and then you wake up naturally, because sleeping is also an altered state of consciousness. Similarly, daydreaming is, it's an altered state, natural altered state of consciousness. So you daydream, you get absorbed in your thoughts, and then you come back naturally. Similarly, when you experience hypnosis or this self hypnosis product, here also, it's nothing like that you can get stuck anywhere, because you are already present here. It's just that that time, in that moment, you are focused more on the then and there. But very naturally, just like you wake up from a sleep, you can come back. And if you listen to the whole audio, anyways, there are suggestions which will guide you. And as soon as the video ends, you will automatically come back to your, consciousness. You will be in touch with your surroundings. So no problem with that. And even if you don't listen to the whole audio due to whatever reasons, then also, as I said, that it's not a problem. You can just take a deep breath and you will automatically come to the consciousness.
Okay, that's great to know because I think you've sort of busted a lot of myths, and it's quite a simple process, but I think the misconceptions have created a lot of fear. So thank you so much for educating us on that.
There is one more myth I would like to clarify. Some people think that only weak willed people get hypnotized. But it's not true. Rather, I would say it's the opposite. If you're strong willed, means you are intelligent, you're smart, and you have good imagination, you have good control over your emotions and thinking. So, if you are one of that person, then actually hypnosis may work even better for you.
Wonderful. No, that's great to know. I think it's important to just educate ourselves about it and not be scared to try this out. Doctor, you have had like a lot of experience with past life regression. So, can you share some examples that you would have had your clients experience? That'll
Yeah,
be helpful for the audience to understand more.
I have been practicing hypnosis and other therapies for more than 12 years now, and I have been doing past life regression sessions as well. So many times we get to see very interesting cases. So there are many, but let me tell you about some of the cases. So picture this: a wonderful gay man comes to my office. He's successful, happy, but he's bringing a physical mystery. He is having a sharp lower abdominal pain, which has no medical basis. He has done all the investigations, and all tests and all scans come clean. No clue, only one clue, that when he is under stress, that pain actually increases. So when he came to me because of that unexplained pain, we did a hypnosis session, and when he entered trance, it was very interesting. We were actually far, far away from this, modern India or modern Bengaluru, and we were in a rural area. It was a very small village which he was seeing, which he was experiencing. So in trance, he saw himself as a young woman in 1920s India.
Mhm.
It was a small village, and she had just one dream. It was like her whole life was revolving around one dream, to be a mother. Uh, so what happened that she actually conceived, but she had a major heartbreak on the day of the delivery. She had a stillborn. So obviously, it was a major heartbreak for her. But there was grief, but then, time passed, and after some time there was a glimmer of hope. She conceived again, and this time her whole pregnancy period was like she was anxious throughout. And on the day of delivery, she delivered a baby girl. She was alive, but that time there were no medical facilities, and she was having a lot of pain and bleeding. And this baby girl actually was very weak,
Right.
and she couldn't survive. She was alive, but after a few hours she couldn't survive. So again, this was a big blow to her dreams, and her whole life, became meaningless for her. She felt so much grief that she couldn't say anything to anyone, even to her family members. So deep inside her, there was a cry. It was like her soul was crying that this body is a vessel of pain, sorrow. I reject this body. So when this happened, when this insight came, then all things made sense to him. What
Hmm.
happened that he was able to connect his abdominal pain, which was maybe the, it was like an echo of the grieving womb of that mother. And his soul had honored her wish for a male body in this life. But it couldn't erase the memory of that loss. But the most beautiful part of this was the final insight. He got a male body in this current life, but the impressions of the feminine energy were still there, stayed with him. And that is why he realized that those impressions were actually his biggest strengths because they made him a nurturing soul. So, after the session, he was able to understand and he was able to embrace these feminine impressions and this nurturing aspect of his soul. And so we saw later on, gradually, he healed himself through this. And it was just beautiful to observe this. The pain that had plagued him for years just dissolved.
Wow, that's a very interesting story, and I've never heard of someone experiencing something like this, like just an abdominal pain going into their past life, understanding the correlation and just resolving it.
Yeah, so let me tell you about one more case. This is also a very interesting case. So, a 27-year-old male came to my office with unexplained pain in his legs. And so, chronic pain. And not just this, he had two problems seemingly unrelated. Second problem was uh, he felt that he was self sabotaging his relationships. So, but basically, he came to me with that pain, that unexplained pain. So we induced trance. He went into hypnosis, a very deep state, and what he saw was really interesting. So he saw himself as a respected, revered sage in ancient India. He saw himself as a person, as a sage who was spiritually evolved and who had taken a vow of celibacy. um, he felt in that lifetime, he felt that he is very close to enlightenment, and she was so proud of it. And but one day what happened, that a family actually came to him for getting his blessings, because he was a very respected sage. People used to go to him for blessings. They also brought their daughter with them.
Mhm.
And many he had blessed many girls before earlier. I'll repeat. Okay. So they brought their daughter with them, and he had done this many times earlier also. But this time it was different. So it was like he was attracted to this girl, and he had never felt attraction towards girls earlier. And when this happened, but he had no control over it. It was a very pure platonic kind, attraction, a connection with a human being. Anyways, the girl got the blessings, the family got the blessings, they went away. And after that, this thought plagued him. This feeling which he had for a moment plagued him, because he was so proud of himself, of his spiritual values, and of his vow of celibacy or whatever. So one part of him was shattered. It was like the whole his whole life was meaningless to him now. He felt guilt, a lot of guilt. And he was so conflicted, because at times he wanted to, like, one part of him wanted to walk away from his place to see the girl. And obviously one part of him was like, what is happening? And he was experiencing a lot of guilt. So in that moment, when the conflict was too much for him, he made a very tragic decision. He was caring for some snakes. He was a devotee of Shiva, and he was caring for some snakes there. They were like pets. So he actually prayed to them, requested them, to end his life. So then the snakes came and bit on his legs. It was a very severe pain while he died. So then again, it made sense to him. The chronic, unexplained pain in his legs was an echo of the snake bite, or maybe of the pain, the guilt which he was having when he was having the urge to walk away. So self-sabotaging of relationship is also related to this. He was able to make the connection that whenever he's trying to get close to another girl, or whenever he's attracted to another girl, he had this feeling in his mind, an unconscious mind, that you are doing something wrong, this is against your morals, values, etc. Although in this life he was just a common man. But when he got this insight, he really understood from where his self sabotaging in relationships is coming. And also, he was able to understand the pain, the origin of that pain. And when he went there and experienced all this, we were able to release his guilt, his feeling of guilt. And once the feeling of guilt was released, and once he was able to accept that this is just a human to human connection which he felt in that lifetime, and this is a different life, then automatically his leg pain also reduced, and over time it just disappeared.
Wow, this is a very heart touching story to just know that physical pain can sometimes be associated to the experiences of past lives. This is truly unimaginable. Thank you for sharing this, Doctor.
Yeah. So let me just tell you about one last case. There are many, but these, I mean, I find them more interesting. And I also think that there are people out there who are having similar issues. For example, claustrophobia is one of the very common phobia which we see. So there was a girl who came to me, early 20s, very young, and she experienced claustrophobia badly. So for many of us, sometimes crowded places or closed places, are a difficult experience. But for her, as I said, it was a living nightmare. Every day, so whenever she went to a crowded place or an elevator, it was like, these experiences, these situations were actually stealing her breath. So she came to me and we tried hypnosis, we did hypnosis, she went into trance. And what we saw was that she saw herself in a small hilly village, hill station. Again, it was ancient India, some ancient time, 1900s or something. There she saw that she is living in a small house made of mud, mud and stone. And there was heavy rainfall there. Heavy rainfall was there, and she was able to, so when she was there in trance, she was able to listen to the sound of the rainfall, the thunder. And then something happened. There were sounds like rumbling sounds, and then suddenly these sounds increased and got converted into a very deafening roar. And something happened. It was either it was a cloud burst or it was thunder striking. She doesn't know. Something happened. She just listened to that huge sound, and her whole house, small house, collapsed. And when it collapsed, she was stuck, trapped under boulders, stone boulders. She was not able to breathe properly. She was alive for some time, but she was not able to breathe properly. So that terror which she experienced in that previous life, when she saw this, I helped her as a therapist to release that fear, because that life is over and she is living a different life now. She is in a safe space now. And when she remembered this terror, of seeing herself trapped, alone, and also her family members also dying in front of her, that was really a traumatic experience for her back then. But because I'm telling you this case, so this is a clinical case, so I was there with her to support her in that moment of terror. So I helped her to feel safe, and we helped her I helped her release the tension and the stress and the trauma. And also she was able to accept and understand that now this is a different life, and now I don't have any reason to fear, I'm safe. So then her fear automatically got better. With time, her fear actually disappeared. It took some time, it was not very quick, but she started by going out, to, let's say, a market, then a mall, then a crowded place, elevator. So that way she was able to heal herself.
Wow. I think these stories that you have shared, these examples and cases that you have shared, have truly helped probably even the audience understand the impact and the power of hypnosis? I think, as we were discussing, there's a lot of misconceptions around it, but these are like powerful stories where people have seen real impact. I think this is very, very humbling to know about this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Avita.
Doctor, you've shared these really humbling stories with us, right? So, does this mean that hypnosis has the ability to make us travel back in time?
This is a very interesting idea, actually. So, as a psychologist, I cannot say that we can actually travel back in time physically. But so, for some people, it's like a mental time travel. I can definitely say that the experience, again, that unique subjective experience which the people are having, is similar to mental time travel. So, in the hypnosis session, we give you a lot of time to note and gather specific details, information from your past. And we highly encourage you to write down those details. Now, if a listener goes into this deep state and recalls specific historical information from another century, details about a ship, a city, or a name that is later corroborated, what else can you call that? Well, you can certainly call it a powerful form of recall of the remote past. But many people actually experience as a mental time travel, as a kind of mental time travel, where you're mentally experiencing a very distant past.
Okay, got it. Interesting. So it's not, it is travel back in time mentally, but of course not physically. And you get to experience, you get to understand, and you're able to correlate to what's, if something's happening in your current life. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Doctor, past life regression is not scientifically proven, like we were discussing previously as well. So, is there any research that is done to prove the viability of past life regression?
Okay. So, as I said before, there is a ton of research on hypnosis and it is a proven tool. But as you said, past life regression, reincarnation, all these concepts, yes, they are not scientifically proven, but there has been research. There have been thousands of case studies. So, for example, in America, there was one researcher called Dr. Ian Stevenson
Okay.
who spent over 4 decades investigating children who claimed past life memories. He collected over 3,000 cases worldwide, but mainly in India. He recorded children's spontaneous recollections of their past lives, which typically stopped by age 7. Uh, Now, actually, Dr. Ian Stevenson is no more, but his work is carried forward by one more researcher in University of Virginia. And what they do is they collect the information. So if they get to know about a child who is claiming or who's talking about, some past life, then they have a team of researchers. They collect data, they ask all the information, they gather all the information from the child, and then they independently verify it. Also, there was a case in pre-independence era. Mahatma Gandhi showed interest in a girl's case. Her name was Shanti Devi, and she claimed she was a child. She was a young child. So she claimed that she was actually a woman from Mathura. Her name was Lugdi Devi, and she even remembered her husband's wart on the cheek. She remembered her neighborhood, how it looked like. She remembered she had a son. So all those details were independently verified. Mahatma Gandhi himself was interested in this case. He actually sent a team to Mathura to verify all these details, and there was no way there was a connection between this girl and Mathura. I mean, those people. And there it was verified that there was a woman called Lugdi Devi who died and who had, all these experiences. So this was, again, this is not a research study as such, but again, this is a case study, we can say, which also proves that even if rigorous scientific methods are not currently able to explore past life regression or the concept of reincarnation, it is still possible. We have a lot of case studies.
Uh, this podcast has really been informative. But lastly, I would just like to touch upon what is your take or what is your view on the use of technology on hypnosis products?
Yes, so I'm very much optimistic about the use of technology in hypnosis based products or other mental health products also. So, coming back to our products, the products developed by Mind Based Solutions specifically. So, we have this PLR product and we have a lot of other products which you can check in our website www.mindbasedsolutions.in.
I think this is the real use of technology. If you're using technology to impact people's lives in a positive way and to enrich their lives, I think that's what really matters. Thank you so much for sharing this. I think this has been a very educational and informative podcast. You let go of a lot of the misconceptions that a lot of us have on things like hypnosis or a past life regression. It is thank you for sharing all those insightful cases. I think that truly helped our audience also believe in a concept like past life regression. Thank you so much for sharing all of this, and we appreciate you for all your efforts on this.
Thank you so much, Abita, for having me. You have been such a wonderful host.
Thank you.